Join me today and I'm going to show you how you can use Relief Maker software to add exciting capabilities to your laser engraving and CNC business. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you a little bit about a new software that I recently found out about. I actually saw it on a Facebook ad and it piqued my interest because one of the things that I really enjoy doing, even though you haven't seen it a whole lot here yet, is using my long mill CNC to make wood carvings, reliefs, etc. The problem that I usually find is it's kind of hard to find a relief that I actually want to carve. I mean, I'm not an artist. I don't really have a whole lot of ability to create something original and then, put that on wood. So it's usually a matter of going out there and searching through. There's thousands of files out there, but they're not always something that I want to make. And again, I don't really have the ability to do anything custom. Well, with Relief Maker, you can take any STL, put it in the software, and basically make a projected, relief and do whatever it is that you want to do. So what I'm going to show you today, this is the finished product. I used my new RevoPoint Morocco 3D scanner, scan my face. I'm going to show you a little bit of how that all works. But then I was able to put that into the software, do a little bit of manipulation. I also used Blender and Aspire to make this finished product. And then using Lightburn, I laid out some graphics and then laser engraved this and then, stained it and put polyurethane on it. So this new software from Relief Maker is just absolutely incredible. I want to thank them. They did give me a social license so that I was able to test it out and make this content for you. But I'm very excited to show you just some of the possibilities that you can do with this software. So stick around and, like usual, let's get into it. Okay, now in order to use this amazing new software, the first thing that I'm going to need is a 3D file, like an OBJ or an STL. And I know the internet is full of them, but I want to do something a little bit special. So fortunate for me, I've got a 3D scanner and I've got this face. It's not much of a face, but using the RevoPoint Morocco here, I can go ahead and scan my own face, and then we can put that into the software, the Relief Maker software, and then we can put that on whatever we want, whether that be, now it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to 3D print it, right? We're talking Relief Maker, but I mean, I could 3D print a relief of a 3D print of my face or a 3D scan of my face, but that's not what we're going to do. We're actually going to take the 3D scan of my face, put it in Relief Maker, make a relief out of it, and then take it out to the CNC, and I'll be able to make like a plaque, a carving. So just imagine the potential that you have utilizing software like this. So without any further ado, I think we need to scan my face. All right. Now I'm not going to bore you a whole lot here with the actual scanning process because it does take a little bit of time. It takes some practice. Luckily, with the RevoPoint Morocco that I have here, and you can see I'm looking all over the place, they do make it pretty easy because the screen flips. And this is not going to be a great scan because I'm talking during it, which means that I'm going to have a lot of extra motion in my mouth that is not going to make for the world's best scan, but you get the idea. So we're going to stop that and we'll click this. And just so you can see here, I now have a 3D scan. Turn that off of my face. And now we can take that into the software and use the Relief Maker to make a relief. So let's go to the computer. Okay, so here we are at the computer and I've loaded my 3D scan. I actually did a second scan just to make things a little better and do it while I wasn't talking. But anyway, so here we have the model. And again, you can use any STL, OBJ 3D file with the Relief Maker software. So that's what we're going to jump into now. I actually went and cleaned up my scan a little bit in Blender. Get rid of the dragon there really quick. So I got rid of some of the stuff at the bottom there, added some eyeballs, etc. But that's not what this is about. This video is mostly about this amazing software here, Relief Maker. You can see it's available here at reliefmaker.com. And they were kind enough to give me an evaluation copy so that I could make these videos for you to show you the power of this software. So this is really incredible. Now I know If you already have some CNC software or something like Aspire, which is what I've been using in the past, and I'll still use that in this project because I need to create my tool paths, etc., and be able to deal with a 3D model. But you're kind of limited in what you can do as far as positioning. You know, it's not really designed to make reliefs. You can put in a 3D file and it will allow you to adjust the depth and things like that. But the power of the Relief Maker software here is you can see I've got this, 3D model that I can manipulate. And now I can create a relief and I can choose entirely how I want this to look. So if I wanted to make a relief, of a profile view of my face here, I could rotate the image this way. If I want it to be a little more of a 3/4 view, I can do that. So you've got the ability now to take, and this isn't about 3D scanning, it's about the ability to take an STL file or a 3D object file. There's thousands and millions available on the internet, or maybe you model your own. But now you can take this software, position it exactly how you want it, and it's very easy to use. And then you've got a lot of controls in here, and I'm not going to go into all the various details. They have great documentation on their website. They have a lot of tutorial videos, and they show you how to incorporate Relief Maker with many of your popular software. So if you're doing stuff in Fusion 360, if you're doing stuff in Blender, if you're doing more CNC work like using Aspire, they've got tutorials for all that. So you've got a lot of control over what's going on here, but then it's very simple. You just hit this Generate Relief button down here at the bottom, and there's my relief. And you can see now I have this relief, and now I can take that into my 3D carving software, take that out to the CNC, and I've got this relief. Well, maybe I'm not so wild about having, that straight on view. I want more of that 3/4 profile view. Again, boom, I hit Generate Relief, and now I've got this relief. And so it makes it really easy. And they've even added the ability to work with multiple models. And so let's just, let's say that I wanted to have a little dragon here on my forehead. Now I can position this dragon, get it, tweak it and everything, get it exactly the way that I want it. And then I hit Generate Relief again. And now I've got this, and it is baked in to my relief. So you can just see there's so many possibilities of what you can do with this software. Now I'm going to tweak this. I've got a little concept going. I'm a big 21 Pilots fan. They were just released a new album. So I'm going to kind of incorporate some of that into a relief, working with this software, working with Blender, and then I'm going to take that into Aspire, lay it all out, get all my tool paths done, and next we're going to head out to the CNC. Oh, one more thing before we head out to the CNC. I almost totally forgot about this. This software is great. I do the laser engraving. That's one of the main things that this channel is about. And although I don't have a fiber laser yet, I'm seeing online, there's so many people that are doing challenge coins, right? Well, with the Relief Maker software, let me come back here. You have this choice here for round designs. It's something that they just put in here quite recently. And so now you can make a round design. And again, I can lay this out. I could add, a 3D border if I wanted to. So there's a lot of potential here. And one of the great things that I forgot to show you is once you're done, I can export this release or this relief, and I have these choices: OBJ, STL, float valued height map, 16-bit height map. And these height maps are super useful to do like your 3D engravings and 3D coins. So having the ability to create that is just another bonus. So I can just put this here, and then we'll say face height map, and we'll save that, and then it is exporting the relief, and let me pull that up. So there we go. Now you have this height map file that you can use again in your favorite software. So the ability to go from a 3D object file, 3D STL, again, whether that's something that you've scanned, found on the internet, created yourself, in something like a Blender or ZBrush, but to have a software where you can take that 3D file, manipulate it however you want it, and then create that 3D height map. Again, very powerful feature of the Relief Maker software. Okay, gang, it's finally that time. I know I've been promising forever and ever to get the CNC involved in the YouTube channel here, but now that I have this software from Relief Maker, I think we're going to be seeing a little more of this because it's going to make, creating interesting projects that much easier. So I've got my wood. It is glued down. I've also got some clamps on there, so that shouldn't be coming free. I've got the laptop here loaded with my G-Sender. This is a long mill from CNC Labs. I've had it for a couple of years. Great machine, very affordable, highly recommend it, but enough about that. So we've got everything set that we need to. We've got the G code that I created in Aspire. It is now loaded into G-Sender. So we are ready to get this project on the road. So let's fire it up. Okay, it's several hours later. We've got the roughing pass done with our 1/4" end mill, and now we've got a 1/16 inch tapered ball nose loaded, and we're going to run our finishing pass and finish up this carve using the Relief Maker software. All right, it took about 5.5 hours or so, but we are now finished with the 3D finish pass. Everything is looking good, so we're gonna pop this out of here, do a little bit of light sanding, and then probably do some laser work and some finishing, and we'll have a finished product. All right, so there you have it. I mean, we went from nothing but, this face of mine, a 3D scanner, a little bit of creativity, and we were able to utilize multiple machines to make something that, I'm proud as a 21 Pilots fan and the new release of their album here. The name of the album is Clancy, but if you're a 21 Pilots fan, then you know the significance of all the stuff that we have going on here. But anyway, just think of what that software can do for your laser engraving or CNC business. Now, you may not have a 3D scanner, you may not be scanning people's faces, but just the idea that you can take an STL, manipulate it however you want, put multiple STLs together, create something custom, and then provide that to your customers is pretty terrific. So I'm going to put a link to the Relief Maker software. I don't get anything from it. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, but I want you to consider it. Now, as most software, it may not be, it's not something that you're going to consider as inexpensive or cheap, but it's just like a tool. My CNC costs $1,600. My laser was like $3,000. I think most of us are paying, Adobe or Lightburn. We pay for the software. We pay for the tools that we use. And if you can find yourself a use case for a software like Relief Maker that's going to open up possibilities, and as you saw in the video, especially like the coin makers, imagine being able to take STLs that you can find out there open on the internet and put a bunch of them together and make a relief, so you're not relying on, something wacky. I guess I shouldn't say wacky, but you're not relying on like AI to try and make a picture, and then you try and take that picture and hope that you can find some software that's going to make a depth map for you when there really is no depth information. So it's just making its best guess, and you spend hours and hours of tweaking and fighting and trying to get this right. Well, with something like Relief Maker, you grab the STL, you put it in the software, you put it in the position that you want it, you make your relief, you can do the depth map, you can put it in another software. There's just so many possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed this video, just showing a little bit of the capabilities. I'll probably be doing a few more videos with the Relief Maker software because I'm already coming up with new ideas, whether it be the CNC or actually 3D printing reliefs, because things, just little tokens or items, can also be utilized as a relief. So whether it's wood carvings, coins, 3D prints, there's just a number of items that you could potentially use this software for. So I'm pretty excited about that. As always, if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please take a moment to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so that you know when I drop new content. And I'm constantly looking for new things, so hopefully you'll be seeing more of the CNC. But if there's something that you're particularly interested in, you'd like to see it on the channel, please, by all means, drop a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel so that we can just keep learning, growing, and burning together. Take care, everyone.